My case study is about eating disorder. I do some research about anorexia nervosa. This is one type of eating disorder. From the DSM-5, I find the diagnostic criteria. The first one is a restriction of energy intake relative to requirements, leading to a significantly low body weight. In the context of age, sex, developmental trajectory, and physical health. Significantly low weight is defined as a weight that is less than minimal normal. For children and adolescents, less than that minimum expected. The second criterion is intense fear of gaining weight or becoming fat, or persistent behavior that interfere with weight gain even though at a significantly low weight. The third criteria is disturbance in the way in which one's body weight or shape is experienced. Undue influence of body weight or shape on self-evaluation, or persistent lack of recognition of the seriousness of the current low body weight. Anorexia nervosa, often simply called anorexia. Anorexia is an eating disorder characterized by an abnormal low body weight, intense fear of gaining weight, and a distorted perception of body weight. People with anorexia place a high value on controlling their weight and shape, using extreme effort that tend to significantly interfere with activity in their life. To prevent weight gain or to continue losing weight, people with anorexia usually severely restrict their amount of food they eat. They may control calories intake by vomiting after eating or by insulin-reactive diet aids. They may also try to lose weight by exercising excessively. However, people with anorexia generally struggling with abnormal low body weight, while individuals with bulimia typically are normal to above normal weight. No matter how weight loss is achieved, the person with anorexia has an intense fear of gaining weight. Anorexia isn't really about food. It's an unhealthy way to try to cope with emotional problems. When you have anorexia, you often equate sickness with self-worth. Anorexia can be very difficult to overcome. But with treatment, you can gain a better sense of who you are and return to a healthier eating habit and reverse some of anorexia serious complications. So my case study is a lady. Her name is Anne. She is a 31 years old woman with a successful career in marketing. Diagnosed with anorexia nervosa. She holds a master's degree in business and was working for a prominent marketing firm at the time of admission. Her eating disorder began around age 15, it's very early, and was persistent. She had experienced multiple hospitalization on the inpatient eating disorder until the partial hospitalized program. This particular admission was promoted by the fact that Anne was determined from her position. She has been leaving her job for hours at a time to work out at the fitness center. Her workout time per day would range between 4 to 6 hours. Oh my god. I didn't have this during 1 week. She held membership at 3 local fitness centers, and she would rotate her workout to avoid generating suspicion by the fitness center staff. And she was very upset because she lost her dream job. The stress that resulted from her job loss because of the symptom, the eating disorder. Then she increased her amount of exercise and severely restricted her food intake. And she was isolated and quiet in the music group. So for my client and my music therapy goal is to manage stress and anxiety, because one important reason they have eating disorders because they have tension about their weight. Some of the patient every day they weigh themselves, and no matter how slim they are, they still think they are fat. They extremely restrict their food intake. Like I know a client, she didn't eat cooked food for several years. She just eats some yogurt every day. So I think if music can help them relieve stress and anxiety, their symptom will it's good to help them to become a healthy life. My another goal is to improve their communication skill. Actually, it's the same combined together, because when they start to talk to others, share experience with others, they will know they are not only one have this problem, and everyone more or less have a little, especially women worry about their weight, so they will feel relief a little bit, and then they will try to rethink themselves. So my goal is increase their communication skill and social skill. So first, I will do the referral and try to know my client and his history, like medication history and the symptoms, every thing. And then is assessment. I will do interview my client, interview their parents, their friend, try to know the whole picture of them. And then I will do the treatment. After I collect all the data and assess the data, then I will make a treatment for my client, like which is the area I want to improve. And then I come to the revaluation. So after we did a music session, and I will assess them again. It's kind of revaluation. And then dismissal is, for my understanding, is if this client is getting better, so they stop to take music therapy session. I find to research about music therapy and food disorders. The first one is from the author Dr. Hande Rösche. She is a PhD. She got her PhD degree, and she is a music therapy in America. And she has nearly 20 years of clinical music therapy experience. And she has a lot of experience about food, eating disorders, mood disorders, this area. And so I found she has many music therapy goals for her client. The first one is manage stress and anxiety, which I think is very useful. The second one is develop new ways of coping. The third is facilitate expression, like improve their communication skill, social skill. The fourth is assess, repress feeling and experience. The fifth is address issue around self-esteem. And for the intervention, she used sound and analysis, songwriting, Bonnie method of guide imaging and music, improvisation, music and imagery for relaxation. I feel this is a very good article. It's a very new area for me, eating disorder. So she gave me like some general idea about this population and some very realistic intervention which I can use in the future client. Another study I found is Dr. Hilliard. He believed that the music therapy goals focused on 3 levels: behavioral issues, cognitive distortion, and the underlying cause of the eating disorder. He believed music therapy enhanced their positive effect about the